I was just downstairs, and because I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so I was sending my emails to Bree, and she's gonna upload them for me, which is very, very nice of her, and I want to thank her so much because it's such a nice thing to do, and it's just, she's great. And I was watching her video of her how to beat depression, and I was just like, wow, it gave me some inspiration, and I really wanted to talk about my depression story because it might not seem like I've ever been sad. Like most people that just met me are like, oh, you've never been sad, like you're so happy right now. But I have, and most of my life I was sad. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to like hold myself together through this story, but I'll try my best. I might cry, but we'll try to keep it in. But you'll be able to tell when I'm on the verge of crying. So, like I said, I have struggled with depression most of my life, and I didn't know it was depression. I didn't know that that's what it was, but it was, and I just kind of, most of the time, I just kind of like let it happen, and I'll tell you more about it. I'm looking at a notebook that I wrote some stuff down because I didn't want to like get lost and have this video like an hour. So my mom told me in this past year that like I would always tell her that I wanted to kill myself when I was a kid, like when I was in elementary school and stuff like that, because most of my depression issues are attached to mental illness. But it is a mental illness, but I've had other mental illness problems my whole life. So most of them were just like kind of they connect. And throughout elementary school, I was put on medication for some mental illnesses, and I guess I just was a sad kid, and not all the time because I had a lot of energy, but most I was just like kind of thinking that I was a little different than everyone else, and it kind of bugged me. But I'm here, so it didn't bug me too much. But so middle school was okay, and it's the weirdest thing. I realized like, oh, it's not like no one accepted me, but I was like, oh, I can't do that because that person's gonna hate me or stuff like that. And that's when I started to hide myself and who I actually really was. And yeah, it was really hard for me to go home and not be accepted by everyone and actually hide who I was, because up to this point, or this earlier this year, oh god, hold on. Like I was saying, like up to earlier this year, I've actually never showed people who I actually really am, and it's sad because I love who I am now, and I don't know where I'd be if I did show. So it's kind of cool to think like I kind of like where I am now, so I accept the past and me being sad because it makes me who I am now, and I like who I am now. So that high school, I don't know if anyone like really liked high school, because I didn't like any part of it. I only liked the school part of it because I actually liked learning things, and I loved going to art classes and going to PE because that was like my best subject. PE was like my best subject ever, and art because, you know, creative minds. Is there a shadow? Oh, there is a shadow on my face, but it's okay. We'll move over a little bit. Yeah, high school, it was weird. In grade 10 and 11, I just started to think like, oh, I can't do that, or I feel unworthy, and I'm not accepted by anyone else, and everyone hates me because I'm so energetic, because I can't do that, and like no one liked me because I was so energetic. That's what I thought. And when you think things like that, like it's really hard to think otherwise, or kind of listen to what people have to say about you. And if there's good things, you're like, oh no, but that person doesn't like me, and that person doesn't like me, and you can get 1,000 good comments about yourself, but if you have that one comment about yourself, that's the one that's gonna stick to you, and you're gonna always think that about you. And so, like, say if 1,000 people say, "Oh, your makeup looks good," and then one person says, "Oh my God, that looks so bad on you. You look like gross," or whatever, you're gonna think that, and you're probably never gonna do that makeup again. And that's what I did. Like, stuff like that, small things that didn't matter, I took so personally, and it really tore me apart. So that's high school. I ended up actually transferring into a different school, and that like changed everything. Like I like yeah, it just I like ended up meeting this guy, and I dated him for a while. I'm not dating him anymore, but that's besides the point. And I had new friends, and the school was just so nice. You walked into the school and you actually felt like welcome. It was amazing, and not like my old high school. Like, it was just like everyone that you walked past judged you by, like that. Like, obviously that's your mind wandering about things, but like it felt like everyone was judging you, and it was just like, oh, I didn't like it at all. You like with high schools, especially in my town, like it's either you're one or the other, and like lots of people do transfer, and lots of people actually with both. Like during the last semester of grade 11, I actually went to both schools, and it was so hard for my mom because she had to pick me up because I didn't have my N yet, and she had to pick me up and like drive me from like lunchtime to the other school, and it was just a lot of time and effort. So that, and then like, yeah, like I said, I had a boyfriend, and it just kind of like made everything okay. Like, it was just like a band-aid. Like, I was fine. Like, I was fine through high school. I graduated. I was good. I was working and like all that stuff. And then I went to university, and I actually, like, I lived on the island. I'm obviously in Vancouver right now, but I went to school in Calgary. I went to Mount Royal University, and I lived in res. I had 3 roommates, and they were all girls, and it was just so not me. And I planned on going to there to go to this, what was it called? Someone texted me. Ugh. I planned on going into health and physical education to be like a PE teacher, a personal trainer, and stuff like that. But like a week before I went, I actually got an email saying like, hey, you don't have this math class, you need to do math before you get into there. And I was already packed up to go. I was like, okay, I'll just go to Open Studies, which is just like basic classes, like you can take random classes. So I decided to take my math and my English, and I upgraded both of them, and that was fine. I was really lonely. I didn't know anyone in Calgary at all. Like, I met all my new friends, and it was just okay. Like I had lots of fun, and like I drank a lot because I was 18, so that's the legal age there. I didn't drink a lot, but I like did spend a lot of money, which is dumb. And like, yeah, I probably didn't do the best things possible, but I did eat all organic, so I was pretty proud of myself. I was into big eating there, and my grandma, what she did for me was she bought a freezer, and she like did all her home cooked meals, so that felt really homey. But the whole 3 roommates, girls thing, and like a tiny room, like it was a little not me at all. And then, so that was my first semester. Second semester, I went into forensic science, which is like medical examiner, CSI kind of things, and I loved that. I really liked that. I did also psychology and sociology, and sociology was okay. Psychology was very interesting. I had this like teacher that with a really strong accent was really like, I was like, oh my god, I was so like caught up on his accent I didn't even ever listen to class. And like, yeah, but it was cool. I didn't stay that long for the second semester. I ended up dropping out because in university I was on antidepressants, and I was taking them, and obviously you're not supposed to drink with them, but I did anyways, which is terrible. I know, bad past, but it's okay. So drinking on them, and I actually went to go see my friend at the time she was my friend, I went and saw her in Edmonton, and we were out one night partying and stuff like that, and then we came back to this house, and there was this big argument, and I was just like, whoa, and I actually attempted suicide, and that right there was probably the biggest turning point in my life, because I, like, the day after, I, like, went to Edmonton with my friend from, I went to Edmonton. I have a friend in Red Deer, and she was living there, and I'd go visit her all the time. Like, she was like, I was literally there all the time, because I had my car there. I saw her literally almost like twice a week, and yeah, because I just did not like it anymore and stuff like that. So we took a road trip to Edmonton. I was like, hey, like, I'll go with you guys. They're going to this rave thing. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you and I'll go visit this girl. And the next night after, like, I attempted suicide, and I was like, hey, like, whoa. I ran, like, because she was at the West Edmonton Mall, and I went to the hotel, and I ran to her. I started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, oh my god, like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I just don't know. And she's like, you need to go home. So that day, I went home. We drove from Edmonton to Red Deer, and I dropped her off, and she was like, you know what, you need to go home. Like, I was like, okay. I said goodbye to her. So I was like, I'm probably not going to see you again for a little bit. And I think I went home, and I don't even know if I stayed that night or I left the next morning. And I like, packed my bag. I left all my furniture, lots of clothes in my room. And I, like, picked up my stuff that I needed, and I left, and I drove home. I drove all the way to Vancouver by myself. I didn't tell my mom. I told my sister, because she was living in Vancouver at the time. So I picked up my stuff. I went and I stayed here the night. And then when I was in Vancouver, I called my mom. I was like, hey, Mom. I told her kind of what happened. No, I didn't tell her what happened. And I was like, hey, something happened. Didn't tell her what, but I was like, I'm coming home, like, and I'm fine, but, like, I'm gonna come home. And so, like, me and my sister went out for dinner and stuff like that, and then the next morning I just caught the ferry ride, and I went home. I want to talk about what I was feeling at that time in Calgary, and when I came home, my mind, like, was racing, like, there's so many thoughts in my head, and my mom kind of explained it to me, and, like, we kind of, like, she's like, you know what, it's like a rabbit brain in a turtle body. Like, it just, like, your body can't keep up. And I was like, my body could not keep up, and there was so much going on. There was just, like, so much energy, and I was just kind of, like, all on my edge the whole time, and, like, I couldn't rest. Like, my brain was just, like, I lose sleep, and I just stayed up all the time, and I just didn't even know, and I felt like I had no control. Like, I was just sad. I couldn't do anything, and I couldn't do anything about it because I was just so mad. Like, that explains. I don't know if it's gonna make any sense, but I was just, like, mad. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can do. Like, let's just, like, I'm fine, but, like, I'm not gonna get, like, I'm not better, and I'm not getting worse. I'm just, like, neutral, and it's okay. When I got home, me and my mom were like, hey, I was fine for, like, a week or something like that, and then the next week, I had this huge, like, freak out, and I was like, Mom, like, I need, like, this is what is going on in my head. Like, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I don't know. And like I said, most of my problems with depression, not problems, but issues with depression have to do with mental illness. And I did have obviously it's not just, like, depression. Like, there's a lot of mental illness going on there. And that's, like, a whole nother story. Like, a whole nother story of, like, all this misdiagnosis and, like, the medications. But with the depression, I was just like, I just am so sad. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I should be happy. Like, I should, I guess. Like, but I'm not. Like, nothing is okay right now, and it's weird. Yeah, so I actually went to my doctor that morning after I had this big, like, freak out of what was going on in my head, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. He's like, well, like, we can't do anything right now, and he's been with me for, like, my whole life, my doctor, and like, since I was in grade 3, and I'm 20 now, so, like, that's a long time. He knows me, he knows the best for me, and I was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, well, like, you can go to this psych ward place, or that's what I'm gonna call it, like this hospital, and it was in a different town, and I did go, and I was there for 2 to 3 days, something like that, and they didn't really do anything. They're like, hey, like, we don't really know what's up, and it's okay, but like, you're gonna be okay, and I'm like, okay. So I got off the antidepressants, and like, it kind of got better, and by better I mean like I was okay, and I was just consistent, as I would say. Like, nothing got higher, nothing got lower. I was just like level. Like, it was just like stayed there, did not go high, just, you know, chilled, and I was fine. Like, I was like just walking down the street, just fine. Yeah, for a year, and then on March 14th, like I think I mentioned it, it was with the story time with Brie. I like said that I was in this accident with my friend, and all these things were going in my mind, and I ended up in the hospital. That accident happened, and it was really recent actually. It was like March 14th, like, I don't know if I said that, but March 14th, and I just don't even know. Like, I just crashed, and I was like, I need to get better. I wasn't able to work for a month. Like, I couldn't get up. I couldn't do anything. I just sat there in my room. I had no energy, absolutely nothing to, like, I had no emotion. I was just like dead, pretty much. Like, I was just like, man, I was crabby. Probably no one wanted to be around me. Like, I don't know. I don't think I was any fun, but some people hung around me. And someone, like, most of my close friends, they kept through me, like, and they really kept me going. And yeah, after like that, actually, that was like when I broke up with my boyfriend, and like, you know, yeah, I don't really know what to say to that. Like, it was sucked, I guess, and I just was very sad, because things like that obviously are sad, like breaking up with boyfriends, or like moving. Like, I decided that I was gonna come here, and like I was like anxiety about moving, and just like so much build up, and then the accident, like I said in that video, I was like, I just like, it was like a sign that I needed to die. I was just like, what is going on? Like, there has to be something. And my mom has always said to me that there was a light in me, and it needs to be shined, but it never really shined as much as like it does now. Like, and she knew, and that's why we never gave up, and that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to get across. There is always something that works for someone, and the hardest part is trying to find that thing that works, because it's all different. What I'm trying to say is that there is something that will work for you, and it is different for everyone, and it's a constant struggle. And I want to tell you not to give up on anything, and don't give up on yourself, because the best thing about not giving up is seeing the result of what works. And I see it now, and I hope that this might click someone, or I just, like, I don't know if it will help anyone, but something's gonna work. And it's a struggle to find what will work, and the best thing is just to see where you can get in life and what worked for me. I will tell you what worked for me. So a month after the accident that I was in with my friend, me and my mom stumbled across this this website of this place. It was kind of like an institute for like getting better, and I could talk about what it was, but like pretty much I want to sum it up. What it was was this place, and it kind of it got me off medication. It's pretty much what it did is it got you on a structure. And the structure is no medication, healthy, clean meals, healthy, it's called paleo, and that's a diet that I eat now. And just the mindset. Your mindset is everything, and really what you put your mind to, you can do it. If you keep on thinking negative, if you say, oh, Okay, well, I'll show you an example, and it's what I use it as is it's like the Google search. So if you type in, this is an example, okay? If you type in, I don't want a Toyota, what is going to come up? Toyotas. It's going to come up. So if you really use that into your language, say like, oh, I don't want my back to hurt, but what is in that sentence? Your back is going to hurt. And it's kind of just the way, it's just the change of your voice and your vocab of really what you want to attract. Because it's the secret, it's the law of attraction, and it's your mindset, really. And if you say what you want to attract, then it will come. And that's just what it is. Also, what I did was I changed my meal. I eat paleo. That means like I don't eat dairy and grains and gluten, stuff like that, no refined sugar. And I was actually able to get off my medication. And I was on like 2 heavy medications. I was on medications for 24-hour, and it became easier. Life became easier. Waking up became easier. Going to bed was easy. Like everything was just so happy, and I changed it. I changed it, and what they said to me when I went home, because I stayed there for about 6 weeks, so that's like a long time, but I actually, by the time it was ready to go home, I didn't want to go home. Like, I loved it there. I met some new people. I still talk to them these days, and we like message each other and Snapchat, and it's really fun because you kind of I made friends there easily because we had the same thing going on. We just kind of lost our oomph, and we lost our purpose, if you would believe that. We got lost in the world that we live in, the society, the judgment, all the things. And the biggest thing that I took away from that, I don't know if you guys have ever read the 4 Agreements, but that's what I have taken mostly. And The Secret also. The Secret is the law of attraction, and then the 4 Agreements is first agreement is be impeccable with your word. So that means don't talk down to yourself, and really like authenticity, and don't be authentic, and just be impeccable with your word. If you say one thing to someone, say the same to the other, and it helps. Second one is don't take things personally, and this is a really big one, and it's really hard to kind of like crush, because not taking things personally is really hard, especially when you've grown up with taking everything personally, like I did. And so don't take things personally. So say someone says something to you, that's not your problem, that's their problem. They're probably having a bad day because bad days happen, and if that person wants to insult you, it has absolutely nothing to do with your makeup. Absolutely nothing. It's probably their opinion, but your opinion on yourself is the only thing that ever matters. So don't ever take things personally, because it's not worth it. And the third one is don't make assumptions, and this one is really big. All of them are really big. And not assume anything. Don't ever assume that someone's going to do something for you. Don't ever assume that you're going to do this and that, or that something has happened. Like, don't assume that you're not going to get a job because you don't think that they like what you're wearing. Don't ever assume anything. Like, I don't know about every example. Don't make assumptions is like pretty straightforward. Don't assume. So that's the other one. And the fourth one is my favorite, and it's always do your best, and the best can change from day to day. Like, the best will change when you're having a good day or you're sick. So if you're having a good day, then maybe the best is, you're going to go hike a mountain, or you're going to do this paper, or you're going to draw this thing, maybe do a makeup look, that's like, or cook some food. But when you're having a sick day, you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to just get up and walk around, maybe have a shower, eat some food. It gets a lot slower pace, and that's the best you can do because you're sick. And so you have to keep that in mind, that your best is always going to change, and it's okay when you're sick not to get out of bed if that's not what you need to do, but always do the best that you can do every single day and every single minute of your life, because that will save you from like self-abuse and self-regret, because you won't regret anything that you do or don't do. And it's just a great, really like rule, I guess, of life. So there's a Fifth Agreement book, which is Be Skeptical but Learn to Listen, which I take as in just kind of listen to people but be skeptical of what they're saying, because you don't know if it's true or not, and don't like really take anything from someone because it might save you, but be skeptical of it because you might learn something from it, if that makes any sense. And also 2 other books from the same guy was that I read there was The Mastery of Love and The Voice of Knowledge. And The Voice of Knowledge I love the best because it is a book saying that the king of lies in your head, which is the snake, or the prince of lies, sorry, is a snake that is like kind of telling you like that you're unworthy and stuff, and being that little voice in your head that is telling you that you can't do anything. And it got me to overcome a lot of things, and yeah, but other things just like mindset change, really thinking on the positive side, even though it's hard, but there's always something positive. If you have a shitty day, there's always something positive that happened that day. Like, say if something happened, you can always think of something that's better. And just really being positive. And if, like, also, the emotion side of life is that it's okay to be sad sometimes. And it's okay to be sad if someone that you love dies. It's okay, because you're supposed to be sad if someone dies, and that's why it's okay. And some people think like, oh, you're crying or something like that, like, why are you crying? You must be very unhappy. But you know what? It's the emotion that I'm feeling right this second. And actually today my mom got a text from a friend saying that a close family friend of mine has died. And it is sad. It is very sad, but it's okay, because you're supposed to be sad if someone dies. And just accept the fact that you're sad. Don't like let it drag you on in life, but like feel it and experience it, and then you can move on. And it's a lot easier to move on when you accept the fact of the emotions. You accept your emotions. So yeah, and like really feel it. So I worked at a golf course back home, and I miss it so much now. I was supposed to be actually working right now because I usually work on the weekends, but I'm not. It makes me really sad. So there's this couple there, and they have a son, and he actually shared something on Facebook that was this man saying, and I'll probably link it down below so you guys can watch it and kind of see the full video of, picture your life as the sky, and storms come and sun comes, and that's your emotions coming and going, because emotions visit and they leave. But always picture you as the sky, and not the rain cloud and not the sun, but as the sky that experienced everything. And you do experience everything, and you will experience everything. So that is that. That's what kind of things I've learned. A couple of things that I learned about how I beat kind of being sad and mopey, and so it's just like looking on the brighter side of everything, and just putting your best foot forward. And the best line that I have ever taken from a movie is from the Hannah Montana movie, and it is, life's a climb but the view's great. And it explains a lot. It explains everything, because life is a climb, and you hit bumps in the road, and it's hard. Life throws you bullets every single day, and looks at you and laughs at you if you fall a little bit. But you know what? It's a climb, and once you're up at the mountain, but my belief is that the mountain never comes to an end. There's always more, and the view is so great when you get up there. Like, if you're up there and you're looking out, and it's amazing. Like, I'm looking at a view right now, and I'm so happy of where I am right now. But it's a climb, and you'll get there, and just don't give up, because I almost did a couple times, and I am so thankful that I finally, after 20 years of trying to find something that works, that I finally found it. And you might not find it until 30 years into your life, but if you keep on searching and never giving up, you will finally find it, and it will come to you when it should be, and in the right time, when you right need it, it will come, and it will be the most amazing thing ever, and you'll be like, holy cow, this is what this girl has been talking about. This is what this is, and your life will change. And it might be just me being weird saying that. I don't even know. Like, it might, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to explain life. It's just so weird. I don't know. But the fact is that, like, kind of like this sum up of this video is that don't give up. Find something. It's different for everyone. The biggest thing that I took from is that try everything, and don't ever not try something because you're like, oh, it didn't work out for that person, because it might actually work out for you. So, like, I think that's it, actually. That's not it. Like, I could go on and on and on and on about life and just talk about random things, but that is my depression story, and I hope that I covered everything. If you have any questions, you know where to put them, and yeah, just always do your best. So, if you like this video, if you want more videos like this, like it, thumbs up, and if you want to hear my mental illness story time struggle, leave a comment down below if you want to hear that, and I will probably film it anyways because I think it's pretty interesting and it might help someone out there. So if you liked me and you like this video, then you can subscribe to me. I don't know where the button is now. It's somewhere around here on this channel. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I will be seeing you shortly. Hopefully I can upload more soon. I won't be getting internet until the 16th of September, but I am going home this weekend because I do have to work. So I should have another couple videos. I have 4 vlogs gonna go up, so those are probably gonna be up before this video. And yes, I'm gonna go on with my day now. Thank you.